I'm really feeling privileged at this point of time to stand in front of each one of you who is here. And it gives me immense strength of who I am today. So I was just passing by this restroom a while back, and I squished this ant, and before I could realize that I've already squished it, like I already killed it, right? So ironically, I'm just like, kind of putting my situation to as such that I'm one of them, that I'm squished every day by the society. Me, Nitasha Biswas, hailing from the city of Joy, Kolkata, a model, a stylist, and the first transgender pan-India pageant winner, Nitasha Biswas. So, I think I will start with a little gist about my family, where I hail from a city, Kolkata, as I mentioned. So, this is the picture of my mom, my dad, and me being very little boy, and that's my elder brother whom I used to fight every day, basically. So, what happens here is, of course, I knew this from class 4, or maybe the journey came into different segments, that I was a gender dysphoria at a very young age, which I got to know. Having been loneliness as my only company for years and years, I paved myself to the woman I am today. Apart from that, my father, who belonged from a very strict background and a very conservative family, taking this decision of being a woman who I am today was very tough. Down the line, I think during my school days itself in St. Xavier's, Kolkata, I had already started, nurturing myself. Who and how can I turn myself into this beautiful woman who am I today? Of course, to be mentioning one, I don't know if anybody knows this, Caroline Cossey. Did anybody hear Caroline Cossey? I'm sure no. She was the first transsexual James Bond in 1931. Which probably nobody know about it because she was damn dead drop pretty, of course little less than me, definitely, at any cost. So these are the women who really taught me. I followed their journey rigorously during my school days, and coming from a very strict background, I knew I had to pave my journey without disrespecting my parents. To mention that I've lost my mom when I was in class 6, so my dad played the role of both my mom and my father, both together. And I think my elder brother was more of a friend who understood me because I came out to him first. And it was rocket science for them that, oh my God, how can you turn yourself into a woman from this boy? I think I'm cute enough. Some shouts, yes. So, So that is how I'm still cute, darlings. So that is how I came out to my elder brother that these are the women, Miriam Rivera, Yasmin Petty, Caroline Cossey. I used to follow their journeys, how they paved their path to where they are today, like role models working in different big modeling agencies back in New York. So working as a stylist, I always knew that whenever I used to go and style a certain actor, I used to feel, why can't I be in front of the frame as well? Like, I had that dream that was nurturing since at a very young age. So I think that thing that I had in my mind that, yes, I would like to face the camera one day, and I'm facing all of you all tonight with a lot of courage and guts in front of all of you over here. Apart from that, I think being loneliness as my only companionship for a very long time, I think my dad did the job of what he had to do over a son and his elder son. But I was nurtured in between my four walls of who I am today. As I mentioned, loneliness was my only friend. I never had such friends whom I could, come out and tell, oh yes, I am planning to do this, or how. I think it's very tough. Imagine yourself in my shoes if you had to pass that a jail term for almost 21 years, which I've passed, and I'm come here today. So apart from this, I wouldn't like to mention too much of sadness of my community, as I want to only discuss tonight, to this evening, that I'm here to empower, I'm here to show you that we are no less. We cannot victimize ourselves. I think the women as a community, we try to victimize ourselves for whichever so reason, which we are not. I think every gender has the right to be in page one, stand tall and strong. Some applauses, darlings. This is not happening. Okay. Okay, that's wannabe again. So, apart from that, as I paved, I was victimized as a very strong molestation case back in Calcutta, which I didn't keep silent when a certain teacher tried to molest me and tried to sexual assault me. I raised a voice against that teacher, and I think I didn't do any wrong, though I was not allowed to go to my school for in class 11 when I chose commerce for like about 2 months. So these little journey of mine had given me that strength of who I am today. And I got to know that, oh yes, this is not me, this is life, and I had to face it. So each day passing by gave me that strength of who I am today again. Apart from that, so I knew that I had to finish my education back at home because hailing from a very strict background and knowing that all my cousins are doing well abroad and settled. So I made sure that I finished my graduation and then I do my master's back in Delhi. So I chose Delhi as one of the cities to come out, and I started my transitioning with the doctors and the psychologist. So the journey has not been that easy, and as like other people who used to go out and play football and everything, I used to stick to my, like the real hair and, making a lot of beautiful curls, putting my mom's makeup. Oh yes, I wish to wear my mom's saree, but my dad has kept it separately in the almirah saying you're not touching it until you come back home one day with a lot of colors, which I did last 2 weeks back before Durga Puja, and my father is very proud that I won the pageant, the first ever Transqueen India. Apart from that, that's me. That was back in Bombay. And this was one of my favorite dolls, if I remember vaguely, though I don't remember, it was in Rajdhani. And from there to here, it was just not one day. It's for like 3 years of hardship, 1 year of depression, several friends who leave you back, relatives talk bad about you. But yes, I was blessed that my brother stood next to me, and then eventually I told my dad one day after I transitioned that I'm the reincarnation of your wife, you cannot throw me. And yes, he did not. So as time passed, I think the more I nurtured into beautiful women, I think I look like my mom, as I always think she's in me, she's living in me all the time. That is why I'm able to do this. As my mom always wanted a girl child, unlike all the stories, but yes, I reincarnated through her. So I came back, I came to Delhi and I started working in, and lot of harassment, a lot of people calling names, that's been a part of the society. And I used to think that why, when I go out of my 4 walls, why can't I face society just like any other girl and boy? Because, like when you go out and people look at you, tend to make fun out of you because you're in transition and you have boyish features along with the women features. But my spirit used to break every day. But one day I realized, after 6 months of that jail term I had between me and myself and my soul, that I learned to accept myself first. And I think, and I will not put transgender community as one community or women as one community, as transgender women are women's rights of this country, and women is one community. Apart from having just a mere law, right? Like suppose we have a mere law, that doesn't change us at all. If we had, like suppose instance, as we all know, there has been a lot of rape instances. We have a law. Did it stop? Is it still stopping? Any answers? I don't think so. There's still girls who are scared to go out at night wearing a short dress because people tend to comment wrong stuff, and we are scared being a woman. So a mere law cannot change a country. I think it's very important for us to start this from a very home root level to understand what is it like. So we have to understand that this change has to happen from a grassroots level, that is home and education. which is very important. Apart from this, I always told myself repeatedly when I was back in my home alone that a mere law cannot change me. If I am born in this country, I have the right to live. All the fundamental rights are endowed on me already. And to each one of you, you can be blind, you cannot have legs, you cannot see your eyes, you can be anything, but you already have the right already. So I never thought of asking a right to someone else that, can I do this? Of course not, because I'm already endowed with the right. So I do not believe in asking for a right, rather celebrate for the LGBTQIA community altogether. Because this is the time we have to celebrate. We have to know the origin of this entire community that has come from the Dwarika from like about 7,500 BC back, which was submerged in a 35 meters water, and that is where I belong from. I think I'm the descendants of those beautiful ladies tonight. And I feel that I'm representing all those lost souls who has given their lives. The other day I was passing back in Calcutta, I was driving by to my dad's guest house in Calcutta Port. There was this two transgender women, I would say, who were begging. I stopped by and I asked them, why are you doing this? I got irritated seeing her because, I said, you're not supposed to do this because the government is endowing rights on you. You have to take your rights. Even the girls who are sitting here, if your husband said do not work, why won't you work? It's your right to work. You will not sit at home and do nothing, because I believe in the liberation of each and every individual who is here. Then only you can grow up as a person and be the person who you want to be. Apart from that, I would like to mention a few things like the statistics. I always thought this, and I'm very happy to get a platform after winning the first Pan-India transgender pageant in the Indian history, that as we look into this, that the housing, this is the transgenders overall scene of India, which is very sad, I believe, and me being a part of this. And I would say every girl who is sitting here is a part of me. And that is why it's like seen here, because we have to work out all together. We have to work out. Imagine a country like Pakistan has first trans model coming out. Why can't India do it? We have the right to do it as well. And we have to make sure we are proud and tall and standing tall with the same purpose. The employment, which I feel is the biggest necessity at this point of time for my community. Sex working cannot go down. I have a friend who is very beautiful back in Calcutta. She's very pretty. She's a little 1% prettier than me, but not more. Okay? So, she was telling me that I'm getting ready to go out and earn some money for his mom who is ill. I was feeling very bad to see her because she said that I tried to join a call center, but there were guys who used to call her names, and she left the job because of discrimination. I feel very bad because the time she's putting in, then I realized when I got the crown like last month, I thought that was not the mere weight of the crown, it was the weight of the heaviness of the responsibility that is endowed on me for the entire community. So that is where I think the first purpose I'm going to work out on is employment. And my request to each and every individual who is sitting here, after you leave this day, this platform this evening, do think of this community, because we are as one. I always thought, why can't a Prime Minister be a transgender girl? I think I'm pretty enough to do that. Don't you think it's my normal, pretty and nice? So, I think, why can't we do that? We have to make a move right now. We have to make a step right now for this entire move to be together, because we as one can only make a better India tomorrow. We cannot stop a rape, because crimes happen all of a sudden, as we see. We cannot stop a criminal because we don't know when it is happening. But yes, if we think about from our home that yes, we are as one and we can work it, why not? I think it's been like about 2 weeks or 3 weeks back, I read news that this girl, I'll not name her, she's also very pretty, she's back from Hyderabad. She was a dancer basically in a particular dance troupe, and there was this guy who was actually after her life to be in love with her. But that was her choice of not falling in love with her, because she was doing a living for her family, her dad was ill, I guess, what I read, and her brother's education. The guy came after 1 year and threw acid at her face. Is this humanity? Is this what we're looking for tomorrow for India's face? What would you say? Just think one day, for one moment, if you were in my shoes and you had to live a life like this, how would you feel? It's not easy. You are jailed without chains in the same house and not being able to do anything. That is where the liberation starts. On behalf of my Hijra community, Kinder, and my trans sisters, I stand loud and strong for us to stand and make a move for the betterment of tomorrow, especially with the employment part, the health sector, and apart from the education. I think the Indian government should come out and start joining hands and opening out doors for transgender women to start working, so the other sectors can come and join us. Could be IT sector, could be a private sector, could be a government sector. How about Air India having a beautiful transgender air hostess like me? Would you love to see me? Like giving food. I'm not demeaning anyone. Of course, they're beautiful ladies, but what if I get employment, I'm getting paid, my life is sorted. I do not stand on the road, do not ask for money. I live a life of dignified living. That is what I'm looking out for my community. And as I said, women as one community. The family acceptance, which is the very important issue for our community, because out of 100 transgender women, I feel hundreds, I think more than hundreds, like 80% are homeless. We tend to see, oh my God, why is she like this? Why is she like that? Tomorrow suppose you've gone to a marriage and a beautiful girl wearing a saree falls off. There are people who tend to smile and laugh. Do you think I can stand there and fall as well? 20 people can laugh at me as well. That is where we'll stop thinking that we shouldn't laugh. Raise a hand for help there and then. So the research and the education, training, family-oriented services informed by the public policy, these are the places we have to work. And alone, a transgender women cannot do this. I'm seeking help this evening. Whoever is sitting here, and I hope you're listening, even if you don't, you have to. Because I'm the queen, hail the queen. By the way, I forgot my crown because I didn't want to carry that heaviness, and already I'm so endowed with this long gown. So these are the places I would like to work, and I would want that everybody come and help me out after this evening. So the third gender population and the unemployment that the third gender we see, this is the condition of a country. So India being a developing country, if this is the scene, I don't think so we're going to be anywhere near US. I think we can be a strong country as well. Why not? Some applauses. I said something good. So the higher sections over here and everything, these are the bases we have to work on. And this is only possible when we are all together. Okay, this is one of the important parts which I want to really say, because I was victimized of the last attempt to suicide because I was alone for 1 year. If you were to stay alone for 1 year and you were in depression, because the hormonal replacement therapy tends to make you feel very sad and it's like mood swings. I did feel that, but I fought back and I was standing in front of everyone. But 41% of women are dying every day. And this could be your daughter, this could be your sister, this could be your brother who wants to be who can be a gender dysphoria as well. It's very much evident because I feel the pain that I'm going through or I've gone through is same as a woman giving birth to a kid. And only that women can understand the pain what she's giving to a new kid born, same as mine. So yeah, I'm sharing my new story for everyone. This is like, I did this photo shoot back in Calcutta, and I think probably this was the first after one of my friends who did, and I'm trying to promote in Calcutta that why trans models cannot come out of Caroline Cosset, James Bond, who has been working with, before the James Bond of Pierce Brosnan. Why can't we can be a part of the industry as well? So this evening, taking this as a very honest platform after winning the first transgender pan-India pageant, I request everyone to stand tall and start supporting our community and raise as one and definitely be together. Then only we can heal into India tomorrow. Thank you.